We're starting with the rainy conditions across the state. Check out this video from 12 News weather watcher Rhonda Walters right there zooming in. In fact, she recorded this around 2:30 at the lakes in Tempe with all that rain coming down. Almost looks like waves.
I was going to say that the lakes looks like the Great Lakes this morning. Watch out. Lavender Farms shared what it looked like as the rain started falling there in Chandler. Look at that beautiful backyard. You've probably seen this big mansion right there in Chandler. It's a pretty famous site there. Big drops coming down, steadily soaking the fields, making for a dramatic scene out there this afternoon.
It's hailing.
Oh, and you can really hear that coming down. This is from Susan Perry. Thank you, Susan. She saw some hail at her home in Litchfield Park this afternoon. And we also got word about some water rescues and other weather issues across the area. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 4. I'm Tram Mai.
And I'm Troy Hayden. We have team coverage of this big storm, from the heavy rain to the hail and those water rescues we told you about.
So let's get things started right now with 12 News meteorologist Lindsay Riley and your weather impact forecast. What are we looking at specifically as the afternoon commute revs up, Lindsay?
Well, actually a little bit of a lull right now here in the valley. The only spots where we're seeing showers currently is out in the far west valley. The rest of the valley, actually some folks breaking out into some sunshine as we speak. Now out at the airport, Sky Harbor, we've only received 1,200 since the storm began yesterday. However, parts of the valley, as you're going to see here, has seen a lot more than that. Close to 1 inch already fallen up in Fountain Hills, over a half of an inch in Mesa, 3900th in Chandler, but Glendale takes the cake. Over 1 inch of rain has already fallen, and we have more rain to come. In fact, the radar will get busier again as we head into tonight and especially tomorrow. In fact, this is what we can see on top of what we've already seen. A lot of areas could pick up another half of an inch, even up to 3/4 of an inch of rain between Wednesday and Thursday morning. Here's the big picture. A lot of showers up and down the I-17 around Flagstaff. Mojave and Yavapai counties are where we're seeing the most rainfall right now. Here's a zoom in of the valley, and you can see most of us are in the clear. Few breaks in the clouds, but out in the far west valley, out near the 303, a couple slight heavy downpours. No severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now, but pretty heavy banding of rain up and down I-17, and then also out in western Arizona, Lake Havasu City, Kingman, seeing some periods of heavy rain. A lot of lightning as well. Small hail also a possibility. Our valley rain chances, as you can see through the evening drive, look to be mainly dry, but around 10 o'clock tonight and all through the overnight, we're going to see another surge of moisture. We'll track it hour by hour coming up in my full forecast. Tram.
Lindsay, thank you. And our live team coverage continues now. We sent Chase Go Lightly to see how the storms are acting up this afternoon. Chase, where exactly are you and what are you seeing?
Yeah, Tram, we're in the West Valley. We're at 75th Avenue and Bethany Home Road, where we're seeing several blocks of streets with flooding going on here. I want to show you right here. This is Bethany Home right here. This is when you're heading eastbound, and you can see that water's really accumulated on the right side of the road, almost up to the sidewalk right here. As you can see, some cars trying to push right through. We'll be able to see that a little bit better once traffic starts to get moving. I also want to point out, even across the street right here where traffic is stopped, you can see how high that water's coming up to the tires. You can't even make out the sidewalk over there because of all that water accumulation. Now, I will say within the past hour, it has gone down slightly, but still a lot of wet and slick roadways out here, to the fact where you can't even see the road itself. Now, I also want to show you right here on 75th Avenue, right over here. For the right side of the road and the right lane, you can see a lot of cars are avoiding that right now, because for several blocks from here all the way to Camelback, which is a mile away, it's all flooded on the right side of the road. Now, I do want to go ahead and show you video of when that rain was really coming down here in the West Valley. Now, this video was taken at 75th Avenue and Indian School, and you can see that rain really coming down to where you can't even really see across the parking lot there. And then let's go ahead and show you a little bit more of the aftermath as we were driving around in this area. Again, a lot of wet roads, specifically on the right side. And we were just kept driving, and it just seemed like that water wasn't going to stop. And this is where we ended up here. As for how long this is going to last, I was trying to look to see about those grates where the water goes in. I didn't really see any on this section of the road. A lot of it is where the sidewalk just kind of gets down to street level. So I didn't see any grates or any place for the water to go. Really, we're just seeing people driving through it and kicking up into the sidewalk, and that's what's kind of clearing it out right now. So if you are driving out here in the West Valley, be sure to take your time. You're probably going to run into some slick road conditions like this. We're live in Glendale. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Yeah, Chase, it was really bad this afternoon around 1 o'clock when we started our show. I mean, the West Valley got pounded with a severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like in front of you there where people are, either headed straight or trying to turn right, that they're kind of avoiding that big flooded area right next to them near the curb, right?
Yeah, you're talking about this right here. Yeah, you can see where the water is really even coming up onto the sidewalk right here. And as I was mentioning, people are really avoiding the right lane, trying to stick to mostly the left lane or closer to the center of the road where you can kind of make that out. But yeah, and this is something that we always see when it does rain heavily here in the valleys, that water with just the way these roads are made and how they're supposed to be cleared out, is that all that water does accumulate to the right side. So people are trying to avoid that. Of course, you do have larger cars like trucks and SUVs that are able to cruise through it a little bit better, but it's those sedans and small cars where we're seeing that they are just trying to stick to the dry land that remains here on these streets.
All right, Chase, thank you. And make sure you protect your shoes out there. You always seem to wear those rain shoes that get wet. All right. And they're good shoes, too. Thank you. Be sure to stay with 12 News as we continue to cover this changing weather. We'll have up-to-the-minute reports to keep you informed. Just head to 12 Plus, the streaming home of 12 News, and the place to go for breaking news, weather, investigations, and extended coverage of the top stories of the day. Download the 12 Plus streaming app on your TV to watch for free.
We had some